Good morning and welcome. Good morning and welcome to Leveraging Leads. My name is Keisha. I am your host today. And what is Leveraging Leads? It's a safe place of enhancement and growth to get collaborators, partners, business partners, clients, and even friends. Welcome to this space, which is 30 minutes starting at 7:30 every day. We do this daily because daily declaration of who you are is vital to calling forth your desires. Sorry. What we do in this space, we activate this space. This space is action space where we're going to help you get ready to find out who you are. Why? Because that is important. So when you come in here, the first thing we do, we have a jam-packed agenda. It starts with gratitude. We go with our gratitude statement, and then we go into ingredients of a powerful introduction and why we need a powerful introduction. Then we do examples of a powerful introduction. Then we have we'll hear from me. I'm sorry, not our host. We'll hear from me talking about leveraging leads lesson, and then we will allow you to come up if you have given your gratitude. But please follow us on all platforms. We're on LinkedIn, YouTube, Clubhouse, TT, and there is a replay. So if you forget it or you need to really work on it because you're not available at this time to give it to us, please do so. Listen to the replay, listen to our introductions, and help and work on your own. It is very important to do this. Excuse me. So, Miss Erica, how are you this morning? Could you give us your gratitude?
Yes, I am grateful for this raspberry tea that I have added in some caramel and mint as well with it. It may not sound like it's supposed to go together. I don't know, but I put it together and it tastes real good to me. All right. So I'm grateful for that. I am grateful for my mind. And I'm grateful for working on my routine because I want to make sure that I get into this space for leveraging leads at least 5 minutes ahead of time, which I was at my computer at that time to start this event. And so I'm just working on that so that we can make sure that we begin on time moving forward. Yes. And here we go.
I got my headset on. Okay, here's a funny moment. I got my headset on and I did the triumph. I was like, why did she do it too? It came through my headset. All right. Uh, I I am grateful for my silliness. I love that I'm goofy. I love that I can laugh at myself because I think sometimes people take life too serious, and I've been one of those people. So now living just completely out loud is crazy, amazing to me. But yeah, I was like, why did she redo it? I did it, but I'm the only one that could hear it. So yes, I, okay, I can't do this. So now our ingredients of a powerful introduction. It goes with who you are. It is your I am statement. It is the things that make you you. So what makes me me is that if I'm probably not laughing or joking, y'all please check on me because I'm not good. So it's who I am. Then it is what you do. What have you gone to school for? What is your credentials? What are the things that get you that bag? Like what do you do? Um, then is who do you serve? Why do you serve them? What is your purpose for it? Why did you decide that this was the person or the population that needs your assistance? And then what type of assistance do you give to them? So how do you serve them? And then we want to know why it is a unique proposition that you serve those particular people. When you go into a room, who is your avatar? Like I want to talk to that person. And then lastly, how do they get to you? What is the destination? There was the journey. I read this article, anywho. And the reason we do this is because a lot of people walk around with a shell, a persona, something that doesn't make them uniquely them. And then you with them about 3 months and you be like, that is not the person that I met. So we call that person a representative. Well, I don't want to do business with that. I want to do business with someone that is very confident and know what they're talking about. So like with Erica, she's going to give us an example of her powerful introduction, and you're going to see how it goes. You're going to listen to her I am statement. You're going to listen to her person that she's looking for and why she's great at what she does. Miss Erica, would you let us know your powerful introduction?
Yes, I'm Erica Kessie, the son of the Thrivers, powered by love, wisdom, and celebration, the universal mother, a multifaceted leader and creator. I listen, teach, lift, and bring clarity for activation and execution. As a therapist and the CEO of Your Goal Concierge, we have a plethora of options that benefit leaders, and it all begins with commanding your thriving. I would like to invite leaders to complete the Thrive Plan. As a leader, it's imperative to be a good influence by not just surviving, but thriving. Get your Thrive Plan by going to www.yourgoalconcierge.com, and it's right there in the middle of the homepage.
Awesome. Yes, Thrive Plan is a great thing to have if you really just don't understand. We are so often in fight or flight mode that we don't know when we need to fly and when we need to fight. So Thrive Plan is actually a really good thing. Um, so I am the Keisha Johnson. I am a very loyal, grateful, silly connoisseur of light, love, and laughter. I love to laugh, and because I love unapologetically, authentically who I am, I love to help people get on the right side of wealth by talking about debt strategies and how to get out from underneath that. So I was on a panel yesterday and I realized my target market will be the people like myself who has done really well at one point, had to pivot, and now they find themselves in a place that they are like overwhelmed in debt and they don't really have a spending problem, they have an income problem. So I am looking for 3 people that want to get into the financial industry or the travel industry, and to learn these tactics. So if that is you, I would love to talk to you about it, because that's where I found my passions. I'm able to help more people, and I love helping people. So you can go to www.theforeverkj.com and put in there, I am interested, and we will have a conversation. All right. Thank you.
All right, yes.
Um, I'm lost. Hold on. Am I still here? Good note. Okay. Uh thank you. So for leaving the room, we appreciate you. Anyway, do we have anybody on your side that has any gratitude?
No, I do not have anyone on my side.
All right. I don't have anyone on my side. So we're gonna continue on. What is our leveraging leads lesson? If you find that we've talked about this before, but the lesson is actually not caring. When you find that something doesn't work for you and you need to cut it off, and being able to do so without an issue, and you do not care, and you just end it. There's no explanation given, there is none needed, and you don't explain it. Be okay with that. Be okay with the decision that works best for your life. when you're in business, sometimes we tend to want to give out a service and be of service to others, but that is no longer our mission. That is no longer a right fit for you. This also is in life. This is in personal life. You know, if you find that you are working on a project or you are working with people and they're just not in your, they're not the circle you need, and you walk away, if they call, you don't have to answer. You don't have to block them. Just, hey, thank you. You're no longer a great fit. And there's no explanation needed. I had to do this with someone personally. And it was the craziest thing because he didn't quite understand why. And he was like, but can you explain it to me? And I was like, no. He said, but I deserve an explanation.
Oh, sorry.
And I was like, but you don't. And I just hung up the phone. Take care of yourself. Um, like I I am, this is my life. There is nothing about you in my life that has brought me value. Now I bring value to you. So now if, and it's, I'm not saying that you should, because the conversation actually was talking about being selfish. The that's what it was. That's where it started. Was talking about being selfish, and but it was talking about how he helped everybody and how he could be this person. And I was like, no, you can't. And he was like, but why? And I was like, because you can't. He was like, but like, I need you to explain to him and say, no. I said, you first need to understand who you are. That's number one. Once you find out who you are, you never have to worry about why someone walks out of your life, because you know what you bring to the table. And I told you from the jump, baby, once I'm in your life, I'm in your life. But once I leave your life, I'll be out of your life, but in your life forever. And he just didn't understand it when I said that. I said, the day that I walk out your life, you're going to understand that statement. And I am absolutely freaking amazing to be in your life, but you serve me no value. There is no reciprocation of great conversation, um, advice, um, communication. There's just no reciprocation of that. And then it was like, I shouldn't have to walk you through your life at your big ass, I mean, your big old age. Like, this is not, it's just,
Come on, Keisha.
like, why? Like, why? Why am I? Like, I don't get it. Like, no. So, and I don't block people. Like, you gotta do something really awful. I just don't, it's my phone. I pay the phone bill. So if I don't want to answer it when you call, I don't care if it's 15 calls and 1,500 texts. I said I was done. You're no longer in my life. And so, yeah, that I'm sorry, but it started off self-care is, he said self-care is not selfish. I said, you don't need, no, you don't understand the magnitude of that statement. That's a mantra that someone has taught you and you have said it. I said,
That's a mess. Girl,
and,
down.
and I said, and I was like, self-care is absolutely selfish, and I'm selfish. You don't even know what the meaning of selfish is. And I was like, da, da, da. I said, exactly. Everything out your mouth is about what you do for others. That ain't selfish. That's bragging. Selfish is putting you first, and you don't give a damn what they say. And you don't need to know why. Well, I don't understand why they did it. Why? You don't know what selfish is. I'm very selfish. I am so selfish. He was like, what do you mean? I said, before you make me miserable, I will love me enough. No one ever gets to have that type of power in my life ever again. So I had I had reposted it on TikTok. It was this girl that said she had a statement, and I'm gonna have to bring it back one day. But I was like, no, you don't know what selfish is. You think being generous to people is being self. That's like I said, that's being selfless. I said, but you ain't taking care of you. You have not put the oxygen mask on yourself. You are going
Keisha, what?
to.
Keisha.
I, you talked about a Thrive plan. That was that not a part of my Thrive plan? We did buy it, right?
You bringing the power today. That's all I have to say. Keep going, man. Listen, amen.
I got a Thrive plan, and I may need to revamp one. But that's what I'm saying. That's what it's about. Like, I met Erica at the worst time in my life, and I said I was never gonna be that person again, and I was. Think about it, Erica. Let's for real. I'm the case study of, does this work? Absolutely.
No, you somebody who has a Thrive plan and you actually are proactively using it. I know people who they have it as a practice and they really don't use it for real. I know I use mine for real, which is why I do cut people off, because after I have the conflict, I sit and I care for myself, and then I do a response. And a lot of times the response is I am cutting them off, but that's after I have responded, not cutting them off for a while, and there's evidence as to why their cutoff needs to happen.
Yeah. So I have another friend that got a strong cutoff game. I used to didn't. Like, I tolerated a lot. Like, you got grace for a lot of stuff. And I would make a reason, excuses as to why I gave you grace. Oh, you've never been around a person like me. Oh, I know I'm a lot. No. I'm gonna tell you why you feel the way that you feel. I said, because I was very honest the day that I walked into your life. And I had my intentions was already set. And when he was like, you are right. Cause see, I'm gonna bring it to your remembrance. I know who I am. Baby, if the one thing that I don't know, I know who I am, and I know what I told you when we first met, when you came into my life. And because of that, if you move different, and I pre-warned you, this is what I don't deal with. This is this, and this. Call me alpha, call me whatever. No, I'm selfish. Because I love me some me, and can't nobody love me like me. And so that's how this year has been for me. So we're coming into the holidays. Y'all thinking about New Year's resolutions. I am not, because I live a new year every day, just about. Because if it come up in my head, it's probably going to be something that I decide, okay, let me see if I can do that. But we do sometimes need to have some goals and set some dreams. But however, it's one of those things. I'm selfish. I'm selfish in the fact that I am going to put my oxygen mask on, my vest. I'm be prepared at the door, and then I'm gonna tell you how to pull it on. Pull it down. Yeah, wrap it around your head because you didn't listen when she told you. Push. Yeah, the bag might not fill up, but it's okay. Air circulate. That's me. I'm not finna come back to you and burn myself and miss out on my oxygen. It's just not gonna happen. I'm talking about megaphone. I was a cheerleader. The voice.
Keisha. Listen, I hope that at the conference, when you get up there and get to talking, I don't holler out from the back. Keisha! I'm gonna try to contain myself, because honey.
When it's something that really I feel like people deal with, and it's personal, it becomes a thing that I have to deal, because we good at Monday night quarterbacking. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Everything that went wrong in the game, we can sit there and call it out and tell them what they did and what they should have did and everything else. But in the moment, what play did you see get ran that you knew wasn't working and you didn't tell the coach, hey coach, you might want to try this play instead of that play?
Exactly. And let me tell you, what I recognize also is, for me, I let things go on too long. Like, I'm going to have to start counting if they get to a certain number. I'm going to have to tell the system. Like, 3 strikes out, some circumstance system. Because I be letting them go on too long, and they don't even know. They don't even know that I'm on the edge of the cutoff. They don't even know. But I observe a lot, and I be checking. And I'm like, wait a minute, whoop, that ain't, okay. We're gonna see what else. I let people bury themselves, and then I cut them off. But that is hurting me.
Mm-hmm.
That hurts me. Because then it looks like to everyone that I done had a crash out, but I didn't have a crash out. I had been building evidence already.
Mm-hmm.
It was just that final one. I was like, oh no, done.
But why are we saying we having crash outs? We ain't having crash outs. We just saying goodbye.
No, we ain't having crash outs. We are doing thrive. We are deciding.
Yes,
we are making a decision. Yes.
Like that. Like I don't get why people say like now, because the reality of it is the crash out. You let me go, but I didn't say nothing to you. I didn't break no windows. I didn't slash no tire. I didn't do nothing that showed that I was finna cause you harm. So where was the crash out? The harm was the crash out had been happening. Now I'm doing the repair. Because you done crashed out when you was doing the harm. When you was doing all the things that I said I won't tolerate. When you was doing all the things that I said that I needed, and then you just do the opposite. When you was doing, that's the crash out. But me walking away, that's the repair.
Yes.
That's the roadside assistance right there. Like it's not something that you actually, like why we, and it's like now if you are not have a mental IQ or EQ or whatever the Q is, but if you don't have it and you don't understand that you have been harming me this whole time and I've been trying to, put some band-aids on, it's like drawing blood. I'm a hard stick.
Now I have to tell you, Keisha, you are really good at that. I think it's because you're paying attention.
Yeah.
What happened? Listen. I noticed that about you.
Like,
I didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
But pay attention. You be checking it. You'll be checking it and be like, "Ooh, let me see what's happening." Because it ain't feeling the same. Okay? Let me check in.
Because that's like, it's the reality of it is, okay, so I go to draw blood, you're a hard stick. You tell me, my best vein is my right AC, which is where your elbow, which most people get blood drawn, right? And you tell me that, and I'd be like, well, I'm good at it, and I can get you here in your left hand, or no, your right wrist. And you'd be like, I told you it was my left AC. Why would you go to my right wrist? So you go to my right wrist and you puncture the skin, and then you turn around, and then there's no blood that comes into the vacuum cleaner, and you have to pull the needle out and you got to patch it, because guess what? You punctured the skin, so there is some blood, there is some bleeding, but it ain't really big enough. Just hold a little pressure there for a few minutes. Well, now let me go up to the right AC. But you done already told me it's the left AC. Well, all right, but I think I'm good over here because I'm right-handed. So I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna stick the needle in. It's not gonna work, and then it's gonna be like, oh, okay. Well, darn. I don't know what's going on with your veins. There's nothing going on with my veins. You done punctured all these little holes in me, And now you go over to the left AC and you can use the biggest needle and get the blood in 5 minutes. I mean, in 5 seconds, as opposed to the 30 minutes it took you to walk around the world to get to the location that I told you needed to go.
In the first place. Yeah. Because folks don't be listening.
No.
We talked about that yesterday. If you want to go back and talk about what your real listening is and what holding space is.
Yeah.
Come on, Keisha.
So we're not doing that. Like, that's the thing. Those were your tries. And you got people that be like, look, how good are you at drawing blood? And I'm like, I'm really good. I'm usually da-da-da-da-da. But if I don't feel anything, I won't stick you. I will bring somebody in that's better than me. You move out the way so they can receive their blessing. You is blessing blocking. And then I come in, Erica come in and say, look, I'm great. I need, how good are you? Because I can only take one stick. Because once that one stick happening, you don't get the blood. I'm not gonna sit here and let you draw. So you don't know who is the hard stick, but she already told you. She is maybe a hard stick. Go here, and then you got one time. I done told you, hey, this is where you need to go, but I want your little dumb tail to continue to take the roadmap you choose to take and find at the end of the road, there is a dead end because I'm out. Deuces. No longer do you have to allow this in your life. You don't. When you're in business with someone, if that business is not making you money, you have a paid hobby.
Come on.
Figure out what is working for you. And if you have a hobby that's making money, you need to go get you a business coach, get a plan, get you a team, and make that money. You can't really live a life working for somebody else. Be selfish. Do it for yourself, but do it for, man. Y'all, come on. Look, it's Friday. We're going into the holidays. Y'all don't want to spend up all y'all money, paid out. You done some strange things to get your Amazon card paid out, and then it's like you're gonna sit there and you made you an OF page because you needed some extra dollars, and then you feel bad the next day because you done spent all this money on some things, on some people that is ungrateful and do not need your time, your space, or your money. But I no, and that's clients too. Clients that come and dump on you and they don't pay their copay, or they don't pay their deposit, they don't pay their monthly fee. Come on.
Come on.
They want to negotiate their prices. No, I charge $100 for a CPR class. Well, how long is the class? 2.5 hours. Ooh, that's a lot. Well, go find somebody else. Because I'm going to tell you why you want to take CPR with me. Is you're going to understand that after this happened, you're going to feel like what it feel like to do 2 minutes of CPR. You're going to hurt. You're going to know you've been there, because I'm not finna paper whip this thing, because the integrity of my company, the integrity of me as an instructor, and what may possibly happen, could happen. I don't want my name tied to it. So you're going to understand what CPR feels like when you're performing it. And you're going to be like, when somebody say, does anybody know CPR? You're going to be able to stand up with your chest out, just tall, because you're going to be like, yes, I can save someone's life.
That's right.
Because you had it from me. Now you can go somewhere else and they're going to let you bend your elbows. And you literally going to sweat. Like the way I used to sweat when I worked on the ambulance doing that, that's how I want you to walk out these doors. Because it might be my family that you walk up on, and I don't want you to do any harm. So it is 8:00.
Yes.
I want y'all to create.
Great leveraging leads lesson. I'm going to start putting the information in the chat so that people can see. And also like in the comment section, So please, you all, I'm going to put the ingredients of the powerful introduction. I did a brief synopsis of the Leveraging Leads lesson. You all remember, go ahead and put your powerful introductions in the comment section, and you all create. I'm going to let Keisha say it.
Thriving rest of your day. Bye.
Okay.
End live. Erica. Erica. Y'all, thank y'all for joining me this morning. Erica.